The closed whip with outside turn is going to look like this. It's very important for the man to lead all of his whips identical. At this point in time, the lady would not know which whip was about to occur. 3 and 4. The only difference now is that the man's elbow is not up, bringing the lady for an inside turn. It's blocking, ready for an outside turn. And it's not going to come across her face. It's going to maintain this position as he takes her out. So on the count of 4, 1, 2, turn her, 3 and 4. Man is already putting his fingers into as a pin for the cup and pin of a turn, bringing the lady through on her 4. Man's getting sideways. Man's going to get out of the way on the count of 5 so the lady can do a pivot backwards onto her left foot. Pivot as the man steps sideways onto 6. Lady's now stepping forward onto her right foot on the count of 6. And then continuing on the spot with a 7 and 8. Lady still spotting the man. On the 7 and 8, as she's stepping 6, 7 and 8. 8, it's easy now for the man to bring his hand down. Man wants to make sure that he brings his hand down on the 8, not too late, not end on 8, and then try and bring it down. As he's finishing the last turn, 6, 7 is facing this direction, and it's facing away. 8, it can already be coming down. So that by the count of 8 is done, you hear it, the hand is coming down and finished. And as the hand comes down, the lady is realizing that the pattern is going to stop. Part of her lead is the fact that there is no more turn. So he's stopped the hand, but also bringing the hand down kind of solidifies that and locks it in that he actually wants her to stop. Man making sure that he doesn't bring it down too much, because if he brings it down too hard, it almost could be lead for momentum going into another turn, say to wrap around the waist or something like that. Again, the man making sure that he's getting his hand position into a cup and pin. Lady's going to have her hand, and any time that there's a turn, whether it be inside or outside, lady's going to have her hand in a position that is similar to as if she was wanting to drink water and didn't want water to escape. Man's going to take his index finger and his middle finger, and he's going to put it into the lady's hand. And if he's doing an inside turn, he'll have his elbow up and taking the hand across. And if he's doing an outside turn, he'll have his elbow down, taking the hand around her head, 7 and 8. Depending on what's comfortable for the man and the woman as to how many fingers you put into the lady's cup. The man's pin can be a 4-fingered cup with all 4 of the fingers, and that might be comfortable for the partnership, or it might be more comfortable with just 2 or 1. My preference is 1. Gives a better rotation, less friction.
Remember that when you're giving the woman an outside turn off of a whip, the woman has specific footwork coming out on 5 and 6. There should be pivots there.
1, 2, turning, 3 and 4. Now if the lady was wanting to move, and she is, through the 5 that she's rotated on the right foot, rotated, kept that foot position, step back onto the left, kept keeping that foot position, pivoting, stepping onto the right foot.
It's important that you're not sideways at either of those 2 points.
Make sure the lady's facing forward, and that's something that the man can really control. If he hasn't allowed the arm to be around, the lady's not going to be able to get positioned, so he has to make sure that the lady is stacked and that he's allowing that. 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5. Man has had to get out of the way sufficiently so that the lady can pivot. 6, he has to make sure the lady can face forward. 7 and 8. Lady's making sure that she's staying on the spot. Now, another option is for the lady to travel the turn away. 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Our preference is to not teach that, because even though the distance ends up pretty comfortable, and some people are happy with this much distance, the 7 and 8, as you could see, was uncomfortable for the man to keep a good connection. It's much more comfortable for the man and for the lady, of course, if the man is able to get around the lady's head. 7 and 8. He can give her a nice, very well balanced, solid turn. Man should be considered enough to try and get the circular pattern that he's stirring constant with the lady's 90-degree angle. If the lady has to compromise that and get it closer back to her head, she's going to be very uncomfortable. Lady is trying to remember that wherever her head is, that's going to be the center of the circle. So if the man creates a circle here, lady's going to put her head in the middle of that. If the man moves the circle around, lady is going to put her head in the middle of that. So wherever the man puts his circle, that's how he gets the lady to keep her turn on the spot or travel it away or side to side.